spirit creatures, how do they affect us? Now let me ask you a question in reference to this so I can make certain that, again, that I'm addressing your concerns. Why this subject seems to be of interest to you?
The word spirit, how it relates to me.
Okay. So you say it's the word spirit itself and how it relates to you. Now we have a book here. It's called a reasoning book, Reasoning from the Scriptures. What it does is like we like to call the Bible our sword. Okay, we like to call this our dagger. Okay, the reason why is because it's the close encounter. We engage people. We want to be able to get up close and address matters very quickly, much like a soldier would do in battle. The sword, no doubt, is something we use at all times. And let me grab one. Here's one of the swords here. Okay. And we're going to have to get you a Bible too, so let me get you a Bible. People have to make certain that what they're talking about is the same thing. So this is one reason I came out with this book, is because we want to make certain you and I understand what spirit is by means of definition, okay?
So you going to the definition?
Yeah, I'm going to define spirit for us. So that there will be no doubt in our mind. We're talking about the same thing. Okay, by way of definition, notice what the reasoning book says as far as spirit. It says the Hebrew word spirit comes from let's say the word spirit, the English word spirit comes from the word ruach, R-U-A-C-H. It's basically a Hebrew translation for spirit. And the Greek translation or a word for spirit is pneuma. That's with a P. Okay, so it says which are often translated spirits, having a number of meanings. All of them refer to that which is invisible to human sight and which gives evidence of force and motion.
Read that.
Okay. All of them refer to that which is invisible to the human eye or sight and which give evidence of force or motion. So it says the Hebrew and Greek words are used with reference to the wind, the active life force in earthly creatures, the impelling force that issues from a person's figurative heart and that calls him to say and do things in a certain way. Inspired utterances originating with the invisible source, meaning like, from angelic creatures, from spirit creatures who are not angels. Spirit person, God's active force, or His Holy Spirit. Several of these usages are discussed in relations to the topic that may arise in the field ministry. So now we have spirit defined. Now, if I was to ask you what is spirit, how would you define it? You don't have to necessarily be exact to this, but how has this helped you in your understanding of spirit?
Well, I relate it to what it said, because when I read it in the dictionary, I had spirit, the root word of spirit, broken down with breath, which they did say wind or air, and breath broken down or wind broken down is oxygen, nitrogen, whatever the chemical makeup is.
Right.
Now behind that, I don't understand, but I understand it's a force behind it.
Right, it's a force, and it has many meanings. That Definitely say there are many means because does a squirrel have a spirit?
Yes.
Why do you think?
Because it's moving. Emotion.
It's emotion. Okay. Does the wind have a spirit?
It's moving.
Right. It's emotion. So that's a good ruler. If it has motion, it has spirit. The spirit is force, and it's motion. Okay. So very good. We have defined that. Now here are some of the things that will be covered in this this particular chapter concerning the spirit. How do angels, because remember it's saying the spirit is also invisible spirit creatures. So how does angels help people, or do they help people? Okay, that's maybe a strange thought for you. But angels right now, invisible to your sight, with force, have involvement in human affairs.
Okay, all right. Now that's where I'm at. You saying like outside of my being, like a force like outside of my being, having something to do with the way I could possibly think?
Maybe not how you think, but what results will come from your actions.
No.
Let's say you were trying to, let's use the biblical now. Let's say you were trying to, how that was done is in an angel. With far more force than you and I could even imagine. Part of he could have took his hand and literally did like that. As far as you and I know. Okay? Or God could have been scientific method. He could have caused some type of molecules to separate because they are different, just like oil and water don't mix. Right?
Are you serious about that thing?
I'm just saying.
Okay, because I mean, it was
all hypothetical.
Okay.
It's all hypothetical. All this is hypothetical. Because see, we weren't there, and the Bible doesn't tell us all the mechanics that God used to do this. But I'm just showing you the likelihood of outside forces having something to do with something you did.
It gives you the force
or the ability, the strength, the wisdom, whatever. You see. So let's say those could have been possibilities, but apparently there was more to Moses in the parting of the Red Sea than what was in this frame.
Okay.
Is that a safe assumption?
Yeah.
Okay. So in like manner, when they mention here that, get back to 10 again, I let the page, is it, do angels help people? Good question.
Right.
Okay. Here's another one. How have wicked spirits influenced?
We'll come back to that story.